Imagine waking up one morning and being unable to move your arm, your leg, or maybe even your whole body. That sudden loss of control is the reality for millions of people worldwide. Welcome back to Fire Nursing Tutorial YouTube channel, and in today's class we are demystifying that complex medical condition known as paralysis. We will explore exactly what paralysis is, what it happens, the different types, crucially the modern management and treatment options available. Our goal is to provide clear, actionable information to help you or a loved one understand this condition better. So let's get started. But first remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more health education content. We'll see what is paralysis. Here, paralysis means the loss of ability to move muscles in part or whole of the body. It happens when there is a problem in the connection between the brain and the muscles. We can see that problem that occurs in between the brain and muscles. And then our brain sends signals to the muscles through nerves to make movements. And then when these nerves are damaged or brain cells stop working, muscles cannot move. This is paralysis. And then next we'll see the types of paralysis here. First one is monoplasia, affects only one limb, either one arm or one leg. And then hemiplegia, second one is a hemiplegia that affects one side of the body, either right or left. And then paraplasia, here it's going to affect the lower part of the body, usually both the legs. And then quadriplegia or tetraplegia affects both arms and both legs. And then last one is facial paralysis that affects the muscles of the face, after seen in Bell's palsy. You can see that in image. Here, facial paralysis affects the muscles of the face after seen in Bell's palsy. Here, this is a Bell's palsy, you can observe. Next, we'll see the causes of paralysis. Here, stroke is the most common cause of paralysis. Stroke is the first and foremost the cause for leading paralysis. Leads to paralysis, it may lead. And then in stroke, blood supply to the brain is blocked or a blood vessel bursts. And then this causes brain cells to die and the muscles they control stop working. And then head injury or brain trauma can also damage brain tissue, leading to paralysis. And then spinal cord injury is another major cause here, often due to accidents or falls. And then diseases affecting nerves like multiple sclerosis or Guillain-Barré syndrome may cause paralysis. These are the causes of paralysis. And then also here included infections like meningitis, encephalitis or polio can lead to paralysis. And then brain tumors can press on nerve tissues and interrupt muscle control. And then toxins, nerve damage from diabetes or long-term alcohol abuse can also cause paralysis. These are the causes of paralysis we can see. Next, we'll see the symptoms. Symptoms of paralysis here. Sudden weakness or numbness in face, arm or leg, often on one side. And then loss of ability to move, control a body part. And then drooping of face or eyelid on one side. Difficulty in speaking, understanding or swallowing. These are common symptoms. Loss of bladder or bowel control in lower body paralysis. And then loss of balance, dizziness or difficulty walking. And then in facial paralysis, mouth may droop and one side of face becomes expressionless. Paralysis symptoms you can see in the picture. And next, main important part of this topic is treatment. We'll see first in emergency medicines. emergency medicines. These medicines are used in the early stage, especially if paralysis is due to stroke. That is thrombolytic drugs. That is clot bursting medicines. Streptokinase, urokinase. And then they are given within 3 to 4.5 hours after stroke symptoms starts. And then here antiplatelet drugs to prevent new clots. That is aspirin, clopidogrel, and then ticlopidine. They make the blood thinner and reduce stroke risk. Next, anticoagulants. Here blood thinners for long-term use. Warfarin and heparin. These are used when stroke is due to irregular heartbeat like atrial fibrillation. Next, antioxidant supplements, that is vitamin E and vitamin C. They reduce inflammation and promote nerve healing. And then here, nerve regeneration and recovery medicines. Here, first one is a methylcobalamin, that is vitamin B12. It is very important. It's very important in paralysis caused by nerve damage. In the case of nerve damage, methylcobalamin is important. And then pregabalin or gabapentin. Here it is used for nerve related pain and muscle spasm after paralysis. And then next we'll see that muscle relaxant medicines. Baclofen, tizanidine. And then they relax muscles and improve movement and physiotherapy results. And then comes the second one, diazepam or clonazepam. They also help with sleep and calm the nervous system. Next, we'll see the blood circulation and brain nutrition medicines. Here, nimodipine. That is, they are used to prevent brain spasm and improve oxygen supply. Here, for impression of oxygen supply, nimodipine can be used. And then we'll see that supportive medicines here. Pain relievers. That is analgesics, paracetamol and diclofenac, and then aceclofenac can be. And then anti-anxiety and antidepressant medicines, that is sertraline, escitalopram, and then duloxetine. They help keep the mind stable and positive during recovery. This is the supportive medicine, supportive management. And then prevention tips, very important. Keep blood pressure, cholesterol and blood sugar under control. Avoid smoking and limit alcohol consumption. Eat healthy diet rich in fruits, vegetables and low fat foods. Exercise daily to maintain blood flow and muscle strength. Go for regular medical checkups to detect problems early. And then manage stress and get proper sleep to maintain brain health. These are the prevention tips. I hope you all are very clear with the topic paralysis. Please like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more informative topics. Thank you for watching.